Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Wrath of the Righteous, with me, Bragaton. Let's manage the Crusade. The cultists are the biggest threats, so we'll focus them down. And the ghouls are next. The cultist fighters don't do a lot of damage, they're just tanky. Just a stroll in the park for Setsuna's Shy. The cultists protected their caravan of valuable supplies to the death, but the Crusaders prevailed. It seems that the demon worshippers plundered the treasures from nearby Sarkorian ruins. Got 1500 finance points. So I'm pretty sure we were 2 levels higher than this army. I'm not sure why it didn't give me the option to let them flee. The judges hitched overloaded carriages had no chance of escaping, and their masters preferred death over giving up their cargo without a fight. The wagons are full of treasures plundered in the chaos of battle for Canabras. Got 2,000 finance points. And we're gonna leave that army alone for now, and head back this way. The quartermaster flashes you his usual grin, but it fades almost immediately. What a march, eh, Commander? I won't forget it. Not in a million years. I can't stop shaking whenever I think about the leper's smile. We lost too many good men. Spirits are low in the camp. Some soldiers can't shake off the horrors they've seen. Others are mourning their friends. What if we held a wake? Lit up the bonfires, poured some wine, raised our cups in memory of the fallen. It'd do the troops a world of good. We'll commemorate the fallen. Give the soldiers some wine, but not enough for them to get smashed. Never, Commander. Everything will be proper, solemn, with due respect for the fallen. We're mourning the dead, not celebrating a wedding. I'm gonna give this back to Sela. And no one really needs this, but since we have it, we'll put it on Social, I guess.
I know you're a paladin and all, but just hear me out. We go into a tavern, you challenge the local champion to a drinking match, and I'll work my magic on the crowd to make them all bet on him. We'll split the takings 50-50. How about it?
Drinking is fun, not work. I can't take money for that.
Let's go check in on the Queen.
I'm gone.
Oh. So you've allied with Reginald Derenge. As always, the Queen gets right to the point without any introductory remarks. I've not met him, but I have heard quite a lot. Hell Knights are powerful allies, and it would be unforgivable to reject their help in fighting the demonic threat. But they're nearly as dangerous as the Army of the Abyss. What's more, they swear no obedience to me, and they don't half enjoy making a show of it. I don't know if I ever spoke to Leoder after having Darren agree to go to Heaven's Edge. Commander, you wish to talk to me? I've talked to Darren about the estate. He is going to celebrate his birthday at Heaven's Edge, so we can go there as guests. A celebration? That is far from ideal. It would be rather inconvenient for me to conduct the investigation with all the guests around. Thank you nonetheless, Commander. When you decide to go to the estate, I will join you.
We should move. We do it my way.
Takes a little bit of time, but I'm not going to waste energy on this one unit. He's not going to push our infirmary size past the limit. Asgari slaves fought fearlessly and relentlessly, like insects swarming around a flame without any awareness of what they were doing. When the last of the demons had fallen in battle, the Crusaders could finally take in what exactly they had been fighting for. For For many years, these old salt mines have provided the local alchemists with the most valuable ingredients, and now they would do so again. Got 5 material points. And we leveled up. So we get Penetrating Strike. Target unit ignores up to 3 points of damage reduction for 3 rounds. This is an arcane spell. And Magical Reserves is the best option for Setsuna Shai. The General has a plus 15 bonus to energy per level of this feat. There we go. The Sarkorian graveyard was ravaged by a group of flesh-eating ghouls. They mangled the corpses or turned them into walking dead, but the valuable items buried in the graves proved to be of no interest to them. We got the Magician's Ring. This ring grants the wearer a plus 5 competence bonus on all use magic device skill checks, and increases the save DC against all spells of the illusion school the wearer casts by 2. It's basically custom made for Nenio. Alright, let's get our Hell Knights up here. I'm going to add them to the main army now. The Rangers are falling off, since we only have 9 of them. Also, I forgot that I had this army. Or the reinforcements, anyway. Alright, to the Inconspicuous Camp. Not far from one of the canyon walls in the Worldwound, among the forests, an inconspicuous camp is hidden, well protected from the prying eyes of both demons and crusaders alike. You'll only find it if you know exactly where to look. We know where to look because we found that note. But you kind of have to find. I guess if you don't loot it, you wouldn't find it.
Follow if
Alright,
you
we have
dare.
to make sure we have guidance up.
Let me help. My will is resolute.
I'm off.
something over
There it is. It's a DC of 30. But we get a Wand of Dimension Door. We're not going to use this for 2 more acts, but in Act 4, this is very, very valuable to have on hand. There's old Crinukh.
I do what I must.
An Elven note for the storyteller. The aged kobold sitting by the small campfire greets you with an amicable gesture. He doesn't reach for his weapon or hiss threateningly. All in all, his behavior is highly unusual for one of his kind. His clothes look quite unusual too. Not many kobolds opt for human clothing, nor do they adorn their possessions with spikes or scales. Nor do they adorn. There we go. Greetings, my name is Crinukh. I'm all alone here, so you may safely come closer. He speaks smoothly, without the usual kobold hissing. Moving slightly aside, the kobold points to the carcass of a small animal on a stick, roasting over the fire. Dinner will be ready soon. Who are you? As I've already mentioned, my name is Crinukh, at your service. The kobold offers a short bow, an unusual gesture for one of his kind to make. As a rule, kobolds do not express their respect to anyone other than dragons. I'm a traveler and a friend to the Crusade. I can be your friend too, if you are tolerant toward kobolds. Crinukh utters the word tolerant with shocking ease, as if he is something other than the narrow-minded and savage subterranean beast you expect him to be. Kobolds are infamous for worshipping dragons and despising all other races, and few of them would even understand the concept of tolerance, let alone subscribe to it. The Crusade has many unusual friends, but even I haven't met anyone like you before. I'll be glad to see a kobold in our ranks. Seela smiles amiably. Oh no, don't get me wrong. I have no intention of marching within the Crusader ranks. Still, I hope that my humble assistance will be of use to you. Wait, what did you just say? Tolerant. Are you sure you're a kobold? Ah, so you saw through my disguise. Crinukh tried to mislead you with sweet words and then ambush you. The kobold utters a loud hiss, which then morphs into an amused chuckle. Of course I'm a kobold. Trust me, you're not the first to be shocked after hearing me speak and realizing that I'm not going to rob or kill you. I'm lucky. If representatives of other races want to be seen as intellectuals or decent conversationalists, they have to read a lot of books, refine their manners, possess a passing knowledge of classical theater, and douse themselves in fine perfume. Whereas in my case, all I have to do is not lunge at you with a spear or hiss every other word. Was it you who left me that note? The kobold shrugs. Of course. Who else could it be? I wanted to make sure you were interested in the information I can provide. Not at the bonfire. What are you cooking? Judging by its ears and hind legs, it's a hare. The kobold casts a dubious glance at the animal's mouth, which boasts a set of huge teeth. Or maybe it's a tiger. Depends on your point of view, I suppose. What do you want from me? I want nothing from you. I'm asking for nothing. I'm simply offering help. I sympathize with your cause, so I like to provide whatever support I can from time to time. Does that work for you? The kobold stops and looks at you expectantly. How exactly can you help me? With advice mostly. Throughout my life I've seen a lot, and a piece of timely advice can be extremely valuable, don't you agree? Of course, if your advisor is a kobold, the merits are not so obvious, but you're in luck. This kobold right here has extensive knowledge of a variety of matters that you may find useful someday. After some thought, he nods toward the campfire. One more thing I have to offer is this hare, after it's cooked. How do you know so much about demons? Crinukh gives you a long and heavy look. I've had some experience with them. I don't want to go into the details right now. All I'm saying is that after a rather short and not even hostile encounter with them, I stopped eating meat for several years. What's the catch? No catch. I'm acting for wholly altruistic reasons, but my motives are something I would rather not reveal. Crinukh turns his face to you, and his wrinkles become more visible in the glow of the fire. We just met 5 minutes ago. Don't you think it's too early to expect complete candor just yet? As I've already told you, I'm a friend of the Crusade. You can choose to trust me, or you can leave. Offer help but ask for nothing in return. So the question is simple. We accept the claw of friendship from a stranger, or is your distrust stronger than your need for help? Thank you. We would appreciate any help. Crinukh nods agreeably. Then we have a deal. You won't regret your decision. Just drop by my camp every now and then, so we can have a word. Perhaps I'll be able to give you some useful tips. Pulling out a small knife, the traveler carefully cuts off 2 strips of meat from the roasted hare. He throws one into his toothy maw, while graciously offering the other to you. A strange animal for sure, but it seems edible. The energies of the Worldwound mask everything in illusion. Harmless-looking animals try to eat you for dinner. Dangerous paths appear to be straight roads. And your enemies. Sometimes your enemies can look like your friends. Crinukh squints and looks deeply into your eyes. Have you ever been in a situation like this? First, you think a person is your friend and ally. But then the scales fall from your eyes, and you realize they're actually your sworn enemy. So you catch this person, you tie them up, and then you start to thinking, how should you treat them now? Like your enemy? Like your former friend? It's hard to decide. What would you do if one of your friends turned out to be a traitor? Are you talking about someone specific? Wow, your question reeks of paranoia. No, I'm not talking about anyone specific, and I'm not implicating anyone. The kobold chuckles. I'm sorry. It seems my joke has spoiled your sleep for the next few nights. Maybe not on the march. Let's go with lawful. Every traitor must be executed. There's no other way. I mean, there is always another way. I don't agree with that full statement. Yeah, we'll go with good. Those who have lost their way must be saved. We need to help them return to the path of righteousness. Or the wrath of righteousness. Did some cleric tell you that? Have you ever seen one of those who return to the path of righteousness? Stop listening to others and use your head. We're not talking about children here. The decision to collaborate with demons is a little different from yanking on the family cat's tail. To make such a decision, a person would have to be a truly vile scumbag. But just where do you people get this beautiful naivety from? Something in Crinukh's voice sounds merciless, like cold steel. If you catch a traitor, grab them and shake them till they spill everything they know. Some need to be tortured. Others will crack if you threaten their family, or bribe them with promises of mercy and gold. Wring the traitor dry, like a rag mop. And think about war, not about ethics. At least, that's what smart people write in books. The fervor fades from the kobold's voice. A subtle glint still flicker in his eyes. You got really worked up there. Who, me? Not at all. You say that like you're an expert on kobolds, as if you can intuit our deepest feelings and emotions. I'm not convinced. The kobold shrugs. Was I trying to convince you? I was just stating my opinion. Yeah, that's why I can't stand this guy. He can't be wrong. Then again, if we're discussing traitors, it's fortunate that betrayal is not reserved for mortals alone. Demons stab each other in the back far more frequently. Rumors that there are at least 2 demon stashes within Dresden, filled with arms and supplies that were stolen by Deskarites and Baphamites, and vice versa. One of them is near the entrance to the fortress, while another one lies by the entrance to the citadel. Where did you learn that? Gossip, hearsay. The world is an ocean of chatter, and I'm quite a skilled fisherman. Well, that is valuable information. Of course it is. I wouldn't waste your time. Cracking his knuckles, Crinukh gives you an inquisitive look. Hope that when the time comes for you to make real decisions instead of hypothetical ones, your wisdom won't fail you. Just one bad choice can turn a revered leader into a disgraced pariah. I've seen it happen before. I lived through something like that. My tribe suffered a disaster caused by just one bad choice. Can you even imagine? The kobold squints sadly, his shoulders slumping a bit. With a sigh, he begins to talk. I don't like telling this story, but it might be useful for you to know it. Perhaps it will serve as a warning. Will you tell me? Crinukh clears his throat and starts talking in a sonorous voice that reveals his experience as a bard. I was born into the mighty and proud tribe of the Night Ruby. Our caves were vast, our mine shafts were rich in quartz and metals, and our underground lakes were brimming with fish. And of course, we had plenty of slaves. The Night Ruby was a model of kobold success. It was a tight-knit, greedy, and aggressive tribe that intimidated even a few of the nearby human settlements. But there was a flaw underlying our power. Once, long ago, a leader of our tribe signed a pact with devils, promising the soul of every tribe member in exchange for help and prosperity. Since then, every new All-Watcher had to agree to the pact, and the power of the tribe grew, as did the number of lost souls. It was like that until our leader, Embark, came to power. She was a principled and proud elder who didn't want to bend the knee to hell. So she refused to sign the pact, and all kinds of calamities befell our tribe. The tribe was attacked by its neighbors, at the devil's instigation. Epidemics broke out, and our slaves rebelled. They came after the former masters in the dead of night. Our clutches of eggs were ravaged, our altars were desecrated, and our warriors were slain in their burrows. The slaves paid us in full for our cruelty and arrogance. They hunted us, chasing us down through the caves and mine shafts, level by level. When we were finally left alone, we had no idea where we were. All we saw around us was darkness, and lurking in that darkness were bloodthirsty and dangerous predators. After raising his voice dramatically, Crinukh suddenly stops. Then he adds with a teasing smile, I think this moment is enough of a cliffhanger to stop here. I've got suspicions about you. Here we go. I come in friendship and right away I'm distrusted. So what is it that's got you worried? Your words are full of mysterious omissions. What can I say? I'm a kobold of many secrets and contradictions. I keep my mouth shut and the rest of the world at arm's length. That's just my nature. I can't help it. I have nothing to say just yet. Well, that's good. I was starting to worry. I could almost hear the noose swinging on the gallows already. I don't want to be the first kobold in history to be executed for crimes I didn't commit. I'd like to know more about you. I'm flattered. What's so special about me? I've never accomplished any feats on the battlefield. I don't know any special crafts. And I don't even belong to an exotic species. I don't have the slightest idea what you find so interesting about me. Remind me who you are. As I've already mentioned... I've already read that. What do you do? I'm a traveling bard. I can already foresee your next question. How does a bard who also happens to be a kobold manage to earn a living? All the civilized races of Avestan know when you encounter a kobold, the best course of action is to smash its skull, trample it with a horse, then burn the remains just in case. Well, the prejudice that, civilized peoples have regarding my kind is quite understandable. Our infamy as robbers and murderers is more than deserved. So just imagine the spectacle in any tavern when an articulate kobold in decent clothes shows up, offering to share a story or two for a few coins and a mug of ale. I assure you, no matter how big of a deal you are here, if we drop by any tavern in Andoran, all eyes will be on me. I'm an exotic oddity. Why did you decide to come here, to the Worldwound? I just don't like it when the residents of the lower planes get involved in the lives of mortals. I firmly believe that we don't need any advisors to help us handle our own affairs, and we need overlords even less. You're different from other kobolds. So, you're expecting this stupid kobold to praise dragons and boast about his exploits. Crinukh grins mischievously. My life has given me many opportunities to communicate with beings from other races, so I found a common language with them. I have no more questions. That's good, because I'm starting to run out of answers. I have a question about demons. You mentioned you know a lot about them. My humble knowledge is at your disposal. What is the demon's main weakness? It's the fact that they are hostages to their own nature, and by their nature, demons are just a bunch of mad apes. A grotesque parody of ordinary chaos. You don't need to make a bunch of apes angry. You just give them a banana and arm the other with a stick. They'll kill each other without your direct intervention. How do you know so much about demons? Alright, read that already. Do you know anything about wounds inflicted by demons that first appear, then disappear, and later reappear again? Do I need to resort to platitudes such as, the weirdest tricks can be expected from demons? Or can I just skip that part? I never heard anything like you're describing, but new sorts of nasty stuff appear in the Worldwound every day. However, if we think about it some more, don't you think that this wound doesn't cause enough trouble to be something the demons did to you on purpose? When you're hit by the magic of the abyss, you know instantly that death is coming for you, or coming your way, and fast. Everything is clear to me now. Well, not really, but sure. Yeah, that's a bold statement. I do agree with that. Have you heard about my unusual powers? I've heard you're either extremely lucky or quite the opposite. You survived the massacre in Canabris just to spearhead a new suicide mission. On the other hand, you survived then, and most likely you will survive now. Good luck in this noble endeavor. I have to go. Good luck. I believe you'll need it. Yeah, because it is a dice-based system. Pensively picking his teeth, Crinukh offers a non-committal nod in your direction. Good day to you. Did you come here on business or for pleasure?
I'm gone.
Yeah, I find that kobold's personality to be very grating. Alright, we'll take out the swarm first. The cultists are probably the biggest threat. Just beat this unit down and call it a day. Another job well done. The enemy, which threatened to strike at the rear of the Crusader army, was defeated. Crusaders can approach Dresden with no need to watch for an attack from the rear. We got 100 finance points. That's level 5, we can go down this way. It's a pretty nasty fight. I guess we'll do Obrig's quest next. Alright, so Current Glen. A small Sarkorian village that was home to the Oles clan in Obrig's time. More than a century has passed since then. Alright, I'm gonna call it here, and next time we will enter Current Glen and do Obrig's quest. But for now, thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next one.